Hi there, teachers. So, welcome to our sixth lesson of our third module, which is about the class mascot. Awesome, right? You know that puppets are a great resource to align creativity, inspiration, flexibility, and humor in language teaching. This puppet can be a simple toy that has a story, something that will have students relate to and connect to. It's very important that we introduce the puppet in a special way and use it as much as we can in class. In this chapter, we're also going to look at how to work with a range of toys and realia as well. Uh, Now, not only will the puppet bring the element of surprise in class, but it can become the classroom mascot, the element of connection and bonding. And it can be a calming influence for students as well. I had a student who, when feeling overwhelmed, he would feel instantly at ease if he could hold the class mascot and breathe for a while. So, you see how important it can be? Your mascot can be a soft toy, a plant, a puppet you create together, or anything else you feel your students will enjoy. I once had a rock as a class mascot. So anything that you sell can be a class mascot. And here are some ideas on how to use them and how to introduce them. In the first week of classes, it's interesting that we introduce the class mascot and have a sort of welcoming ritual. The mascot can have a name, and you might have them guess the name by using a secret word that we already talked about, or you might want to carry out a name choosing activity with your learners. When I introduced Larry, which is my group's mascot, I revealed it from a mystery bag. It's a lion, so I decided to describe its colors, its habitats, and its characteristics until students found out what animal it was, as my students are a little older. Then I told a story I had created about the lion and told students we were supposed to choose a name for him because he didn't have one, but there were some rules. I told them that the name should begin with the first letter of lion. What letter was it? And then I asked them, and they said L. Okay, yes. So the name must begin with L. And then each student got a slip of paper or more than one if they wanted to, if they had more ideas, and they wrote a name they wanted for the mascot. If they if your students cannot write, you can write them down yourself when they tell you the name. After I had gathered all the names, I told them the lion was going to choose his three favorite ones. Of course, I chose the ones that were repeated more than twice. So I had them give the names that they had written to me. I put in a secret box. So we had all these, this secret element, this surprise, and they were super excited to have a say in the puppet's name. And then the names that repeated more than twice or three times, I chose as as Larry's in that moment. It was just a lion as lions' favorite names. And in the following lesson, everyone would vote for the name that they wanted, and we would find out the winner, the winner name. It was such a fun process. They used their creativity, they had a say in the decision, and they bonded with the mascot immediately. So here's a fun and democratic way to choose your class mascot's name. And now that it's been chosen, we are going to look at how we can use the classroom mascot to our favor in class. So it's not only having a little toy there sitting there with a name that you have chosen. You see, you can create a story, you can bring some magic to the classroom magic to the classroom mascot thing. So it's become a classroom magic. Yeah. The name of our course, after all, is Classroom Magicment. So we have to bring magic to these little moments that will help us through this term and the year. The class mascot has a number of benefits, and one of them is for us to be able to use it as a classroom management tool. And here are some ideas on how to use it. The first idea is to use it for the hello and goodbye moments. For example, when you play the song and then you have students hug the mascot and pass it on. Or when you're doing any of the, when you're doing the goodbye moment, have your students say goodbye to the class mascot as well. To identify the helper of the day, in my class, the helper of the day is the one who takes care of Larry. So Larry is at the helper's table, helping them whenever necessary, and they love it. They look forward to it. For show and tell or telling the news. So if you have a show and tell, telling the news moment, you are in a circle and your students are going to share, you want them to share some news about the weekend, about their week, about their lives, about their favorite food, anything that you want students to say individually, you can use the mascot for that. So everyone who has the mascot, the person who has the mascot is going to speak, and the others who don't have the mascot, who are not holding the mascot, are going to listen. So this is a very useful technique to use the class mascot as well. As a calming instrument, as I told you, my student, when he was angry, he would want to hold Larry and hug Larry and breathe with Larry. And it was an amazing tool for him to calm down. To reinforce classroom agreement. So I usually tell them, oh, Larry did not respect one of his friends last class. So what do we tell him? So you are not blaming students for unexpected behavior. You are telling them a story, and you're telling them that Larry doesn't know how to behave. So we have to teach them. You have to teach him or her. So it's very interesting to have this, have them teach the puppet, the mascot, how to behave in class. It works wonders. For storytelling, so you can use the puppet or the toy for as the main character of the story. You can use it as a little voice, as the narrator of the story. The sky's the limit, right? You can use it for games. So if you're playing, for example, hot potato, the hot potato game, they have to pass it around. Instead of using a ball, you can use the mascot. If it's not fragile, of course. If it's a soft toy, you can use it. For students to know where to hand in their worksheets, books, or assignments. At the end of the class, when I need students to hand in their books, notebooks, or whatever they are doing, I put the class mascot on a specific table and I tell them, give your book to Larry, give your worksheet to Larry, give your assignment to Larry, give your drawing to Larry, so they know where to put it, because there are many tables. If I tell them, put the book on the table, there are so many tables in the classroom, they don't know where to. So if you tell them, give it to Larry, so teacher, here goes the worksheet, give it to Larry, then they know where to put it. So they usually put it under the class mascot. And it works wonders as well. So here are some of my advice on how to use the class mascot. First, on how to introduce the class mascot, and on how to name it, and how to connect it with the students. It's very important. It's a bonding mechanism with students as well. And how to use it as a classroom management tool. So you see, there are many reasons why we should have a class mascot in our young learner classroom. All right. So if you have any other ideas on how to use the class mascot as a classroom management tool, or how to introduce the mascot to the group, leave a comment in the comment section or talk to us in the Telegram group chat. Okay. The next video lesson will be about dealing with fast finishers. So really good ideas coming up. Okay, so stay tuned and I'll see you then. Bye.